Hello and welcome to Matt Loves Eurovision. It's my Eurovision 2024 Top 37 countdown, place number 24. It's Finland, Windows95man, no rules. Please do click the subscribe button, ring that notification bell and like, share and comment below. Also, the link to the music videos in the description and the link to my blog post. So we're into the third of the 5 Nordic countries in this countdown. It is last year's runners-up and the winner of the public vote last year, Finland. Now, of course, last year's entry, Cha 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 by Käärijä, was one of the biggest ever public vote winners in terms of points and proportion of points. But it wasn't enough to overcome the jury deficit. Had it been public vote only, it would have been Finland's only second win after Hard Rock Hallelujah in 2006. And of course, Hard Rock Hallelujah won on public vote only. Their entry this year, Windows95man, won the ticket to Malmö from the public vote in the national final rather than from the juries. So can Finland again get a big public vote behind them? Now, Windows95man is in fact the stage persona of Finnish visual artist and DJ Teemu Käärijä. He studied photography and then became a more visual artist and also a video artist as well. And he has his own art gallery in Helsinki. He's accompanied on stage by one of the co-writers of the song, Henry Piespason, a singer, songwriter, voice actor and TV presenter. And it's Henry who does the main singing elements of the song, with Windows95man's vocals being more spoken than sung. Henry wasn't originally going to provide the vocals, he was just sort of the co-writer and co-producer of it, but they couldn't find a singer with a high enough vocal range as Henry, so he ended up doing the vocals himself. Now in the Finnish national final, No Rules finished last with the juries, but it stormed the public vote. And with the points in the Finnish national final being weighted 75-25 in favour of the public vote, it meant that No Rules ended up being the winner. Now, I don't like using the term joke entry to describe sort of songs. I would describe this perhaps as a frivolous or fun entry. It's a big slice of Eurodance nostalgia from the late 90s, early noughties, and there was a lot of tongue-in-cheek or raucous humour within the performance. Vocally, it isn't going to win any awards, but I don't think that's really the point with this entry. It's high camp nostalgia and humour, really, and also a very catchy late 90s Eurodance song. In terms of the reaction to this and how it will do at Eurovision, there is a bit of a division, I think, probably among the fans at the moment. I think a number of fans were, frankly, kind of appalled when this won. And they felt that there was a more worthy song that should have won, and that ended up coming up as a runners-up, I think. And I do wonder, when you look at the Eurovision scoreboard app, whether this bitterness is reflected in the fact that Finland is not that high in the app, certainly not as high as I would have expected for something that did well in the televote. And when you look at just the semi-final rankings from the app, where people can just rank the ones within the semi-final, Finland doesn't even look like a qualifier on that basis. However, I think the betting odds have it right, which is quite differently, and they say that Finland is a fairly sure qualifier to get through to the final, and I think the betting odds are right on this one. I think the televote will go for this, and certainly will go for it enough out of the 15 songs on offer in that first semi-final. The televote will definitely go for this in their top 10, so it will qualify for the final, I'm fairly certain. However, I'm less sure how well it will perform in the grand final. It will certainly get some public vote, you would think. But we've got a number of several very strong televote countries that will be in the final. And so it might not sort of collect quite as many as you might expect. I'm thinking perhaps sort of Norway 2022, when Give That Wolf My Banana, Give That Wolf Banana, did well in televote, but didn't get tons of votes because there were a number of songs that the public went for more. I think juries will absolutely loathe this. And I just do not see juries going for this at all. They certainly didn't go for it in the national final, and I suspect that may well be the case again in the grand final. And in some way, for me, this is it's not less the successor to Käärijä and Cha-Cha-Cha, and it is more the successor to Croatia's Let 3 a Mamush, in a way. And I think in terms of result as well, in terms of the way that the jury televote will go for them. And I think that probably will give this a middle to lower half of the table result. So not anywhere near like they were last year, but at the same time, I think Finland could be fairly pleased to continue to be fairly consistently in the final, getting to the final. But what do you think of the song, and how do you think it will do? As always, let me know in the comments, and join me again soon. Take care.